Imagine a senior public servant who has spent 20 years building a reputation for honesty. People trust him, his colleagues respect him, his decisions have always been fair. Now imagine that one day he makes a decision that disappoints thousands of people. What changed? Did he suddenly become a bad person? Or is there something much more complicated about human decision making? I believe this is one of the most important questions, not only for UPSC aspirants, but for anyone who wishes to lead. We often divide people into two simple groups: good people and bad people. Life is rarely that simple. Most difficult decisions are not made in a world of black and white. They are made in the gray areas, where every option has a cost, where every decision affects someone, and where there is no perfect answer. That is why good people can sometimes make poor decisions, not because they lack values, but because they are human. Think about the pressure that comes with responsibility. When you are responsible only for yourself, decisions are easy. But when your decision affects hundreds of thousands of people, the situation changes. Pressure enters the room, expectations enter the room, fear of failure enters the room. And under pressure, even intelligent and ethical people can make mistakes. There is another reason. Sometimes we become so focused on solving one problem that we stop seeing the bigger picture. History is full of examples where leaders had good intentions but created unintended consequences. Their goal was not wrong. Their judgment at that moment was incomplete. Good intentions are valuable, but good intentions alone are not enough. Wise decisions require careful thinking, patience, and the willingness to question our own assumptions. Another challenge is emotion. Every one of us believes that we are rational, but our emotions quietly influence many of our decisions. Anger, fear, pride, loyalty, even compassion. These emotions are not always harmful, but if we fail to recognize their influence, they can lead us away from balanced judgment. That is why self-awareness is so important. Not because it makes us perfect, but because it reminds us that we are capable of making mistakes. There is one more lesson that deserves attention. Bad decisions rarely begin with one big mistake. More often, they begin with a series of small compromises. A small shortcut, a small excuse, a small delay in doing what we know is right. Each compromise appears insignificant, but together, they slowly change our standards. Character is not usually lost in one dramatic. It is weakened quietly, one compromise at a time. That is why ethical leadership is not built only during major crises. It is built in ordinary days, in ordinary choices, in moments that nobody else notices. The truth is that no one is completely protected from making poor decisions. Education cannot guarantee it. Experience cannot guarantee it. Power cannot guarantee it. The only real protection is the habit of reflection, the habit of asking ourselves difficult questions. Am I seeing the complete picture? Am I allowing pressure to influence my judgment? Am I listening only to people who agree with me? These questions may not always give us easy answers, but they make us better decision makers. Whether you become a civil servant, a teacher, a doctor, an entrepreneur, or a parent, life will place difficult decisions before you. In those moments, remember this: the goal is not to become a person who never makes mistakes. The goal is to become a person who is willing to recognize mistakes, learn from them, and continue to improve. Because leadership is not about being perfect. Leadership is about remaining honest enough to keep learning. Before we end today's conversation, I want to leave you with one thought. Perhaps the greatest danger is not making a wrong decision. The greatest danger is believing that we are incapable of making one. The moment we stop questioning ourselves, we stop growing. And the moment we stop growing, our judgment begins to weaken. Because the quality of our decisions ultimately becomes the quality of our character. So take care and all the best.